Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another trade recap. As always, little Lippuccino in the top deck. Um, Cheers. All right, let's get started. So my pre-market notes today were the same as they always are. Starting with a daily time frame, we see that yesterday we failed to reach new week opening gap. But however, we did create a massive premium wick. So what did I do? I mapped out the fib levels of this wick because I'm expecting those lines to act as resistance for price. But yeah, that's basically it for the daily time frame. Moving on to the 4 hour, we can see that this 4 hour bullish fair value gap was respected. If you guys know, look at where the bodies of each candle is closing and starting up. It's very close to that red line, but not below it. So to me, that's a sign that we do want to go higher on the higher time frame. And of course, we have this 1 hour. Oh, fuck. We have this 4 hour. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. We have this 4 hour swing high, which aligns perfectly with this white dotted line, which is the lower quadrant of this wick right here. So yeah, so this is my bullish target, and my bearish target is relative equal lows. Dropping down to the 1 hour, we see that we created not only one but two bullish IFGs. However, what else do I know? I noted we're respecting bullish PD rays, such as this busy. However, we did not get a very strong candle closure above this black dotted line, which I would like to see. Like I said, these lines will act as resistance for price to go higher. So getting candle closures above these specific levels is always good if your bias is bullish. Yeah. Moving on to the 15-minute time frame. I mapped out this 15-minute SIBI because I thought we could easily come up here, tag buy side, and then find some resistance from the daily quadrants. And so yeah, that's why I mapped out this 15-minute SIBI. And what do we know? We know that consummate encroachment, this red line, also aligns with this white dotted line. So whenever you have multiple confluences stacking on top of each other, it's more than likely going to be a very sensitive price area, meaning we could easily reverse. Something else I want to point out on the 15-minute time frame is look at these candle bodies. Again, they're not closing above this black line. So what did I think was going to happen right off open? I thought we were going to go down, find some support from this 15-minute unmitigated busy, and then come back up and target our buy side. What else? What else? But yeah, that's basically it. Now for my notes, like I said, still bullish, premium wicks. And I said I do want to go lower to see a new week opening gap get filled. But yeah. And then on the 4 hour, I said bodies respect the 4 hour bullish fair value gap. Not a single close below consummate encroachment, being that red line right here. Created relative equal lows. So if we, in the scenario, we dump towards the lows, I want to see a large displacement in order to reach new week opening gap. So what I meant by that is if we do reach the minor sell side target, I want to see a strong candle closure like just a strong candle closure below the swing low, because that would just add more confluence that we want to continue going lower, and it's not just a liquidity hunt. Instead, it's going to be a liquidity sweep if you get that large candle. Liquidity run, sorry. And then for the 15-minute, I said... Actually, for the 1 hour, I said created the bullish IFGs. Would like to see a nice bullish CISD because that would confirm that we are bullish. Could easily reverse down after sweeping minor buy side because we have a big SIBI. Plus, we can reject from consummate encroachment of the daily wick. So this is the 1 hour time frame, and what I meant by that bullish CISD, I want to see a candle closure above this black line right here. As you see, we failed to do that, which showed some bullish weakness in my opinion. But yeah. So my overall notes were, if truly bullish, need to see a candle closure above minor buy side target. If bearish, need to see large displacement down, candles body respecting daily premium wick. So no, what I meant by that is no candle closures above those dotted lines. And to me, that would be a bearish PD rate being respected. And then, but obviously, longs are the play till proven wrong because we're near all-time highs. So you can't just fade that daily overall bias, which is obviously bullish. And then opening up, as you guys can see, we created a tiny ass opening range gap with regular trading hours. So usually I do not like to see this because it tends to lead to choppy and shitty ass price action. But luckily today it was not too bad. Bada bing, bada boom. And I also noted that we're technically creating a bearish SMT, but I didn't put much emphasis because we are at all-time highs. So like bearish SMTs don't really count in my opinion whenever you're this close to all-time highs. Yeah. So we opened and immediately started dumping down just like how I expected, but we did not find any support from this busy. So I mentioned that in the scenario that bearish 15-minute IFG gets formed, I will look for continuation trades towards the relative equal lows. 15-minute candle bodies respecting daily premium wick, which is bearish. I took off the black line because I didn't need it. It was too much makeup on my chart. But yeah, so I took it off. But it's right here basically. Yeah, moving on. I said not bearish yet. Gotta see how this 15-minute candle closes. So that was a 938. I was still pretty bullish in this scenario. I mean at this time. And then at 940 with this 5-minute candle closure, we closed below the consummate encroachment of the 15-minute BISI, excuse me. So at this point, I knew we wanted to go lower. I said we are going down. 5-minute candle closed below the red line. I started looking for shorts, and that was at 940. And just some bearish hints that I want to point out to you guys so you can use this in your trading. We failed to close above the yellow line, which would have been a bullish CISD. Failed to close above this black line. We did get a bearish SMT, like I mentioned, and we failed to wick up to this lower quadrant, the white line. So it was 9:43 to a minute to go on the 15-minute candle, and I mentioned that I'm expecting to get a bearish IFG created. What happens, we do form that bearish IFG, so immediately my bias flipped to bearish right there. I thought for sure we were going to take out all this, the relative equal lows. And at this point, I was just going to wait for a 15-minute SIBI to be formed. So at 9:57, 2 minutes to go for this 15-minute candle closure to close. I said we're about to get the 15-minute SIBI, but I was hoping we didn't start dumping because we were around this sensitive red line, which could have caused price to drop. And I did say if we do get bearish displacement, I was going to enter because to me, retracing into the original fair value gap is good enough. But yeah. So what do we get? We get the 15-minute SIBI that I was asking for. We receive it. And now I just wait for us to go into here and get a nice bearish IFG down on the lower time frame, 1 through 5 minute time frames. I also noted that I wouldn't mind if we wick the first percent of fair value gap since we left it untouched. And like I said yesterday, this is a high probability price range that likes to get traded back into. So yeah. So right here, we respected this red line, as you guys can see, and I said I was honestly hoping we get a higher high because I did want to see this first percent of fair value gap get formed. But I also noted if we don't get that higher high and we get a CISD, I'm ready to go in with 3 contracts, risking about $400, targeting sell side targets. And then on the 2 minute, we formed this busy and we respected it. And price was just stalling. So I started thinking that maybe we could flip our bias back to bullish, depending on how this 15-minute candle closes. And then out of nowhere, we get a massive candle, a bullish candle. And after I saw this, my bias flipped back to bullish, and I started looking for longs again. So what do? After we get this 15-minute candle closure above this red line, above this white line, creating a bullish CISD, I look for shorts. As you guys can see, I dropped down to the 1 minute time frame and I used the busy that was created on this massive candle, and I set a limit for 2 contracts. Stop loss was right here and take profit was going to be somewhere up here. As you guys can see, we eventually do get tagged in, and I decided to move my stop loss. Where did I moved it to? I moved it right here. No, that's not true. I'll show you guys on the chart. So whatever, we get tagged in and we immediately find support from this first percentage fair value gap, which, like I mentioned, has a lot of power in my opinion. And we started going up. However, we did fail to create that bullish CISD, and we created a bearish IFG. At this time, there was a 15-minute fair value gap that was unmitigated, so I was a little concerned that we could retrace back into this 15-minute fair value gap, and I would have been stopped out for a break even. That's why I mentioned that I needed to see a candle closure above this yellow line. And what do we get? We eventually do get that candle closure above here, and from there it was smooth sailing. Yeah, bada bing, bada boom. The trade took forever though. It was a 1.6 risk to reward trade, and this is my notes. I said bullish bias, 15-minute bullish IFG, 5-minute bullish IFG, respected the 1 hour fair value gap. 15-minute candle close above the lower quadrant, that white dotted line right here, and if consummate encroachment of the 15-minute SIBI. And yeah. So if we go here, I'll show you guys where my stop loss was. It was right here. Oh shit. Something. Right here, because yeah, that's basically why. And it does look like we're going to continue going higher. We did get that candle closure above this red line, which is bullish, which is why we're seeing price continue going higher. But that 1.6R risk to reward was enough for me. I didn't want to be in the trade any longer. So yeah, overall, this was a pretty good trading day. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm stacking up that balance, getting ready for a payout. Getting ready for a payout here soon, hopefully. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys for today. My executions. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a great day. God bless.